You find them through contacts, you find them through your networks, you find them through references, you find them through references of your own employees who refer very good people to us, and you make judgments. Wherever you can use quantitative tests and profiling tests, you use aids to your judgment. But ultimately, there is no substitute to sound management judgment and intuitive feel whether the person is right for the job and right for your company. The reality of everything is, whether it be social service, whether it be business, whether it be politics, is that standards of expectations are going up. And it has to follow that expectations from employees keep going up. There'll always be a certain percentage of your population which is unable to grow with the requirements of the customer. And what we do is we give them performance improvement programs to be able to upgrade them. If they're still not able to grow in requirement of what the customers require, we then outplace them. But we do it in a manner which is gentle enough, and we give them enough time to get a job. And the vast, vast majority of people we outplace very often get jobs which are comparable, because we've got a strong brand as a company. Well, one, he must have passion. He or she must have passion. Two, he or she must be willing to take challenges, because it is challenges which really take the organization to excellence. It is challenges which make ordinary people extraordinary performers. Three, the person must have a social purpose. In other words, he must have an approach, or she must have an approach which is broader than the task at hand. And also keep in mind that there's sensitivity to the environment, there's sensitivity to society, there's sensitivity to people in the organization, and there is a requirement of being in a position to achieve leadership in that business. And four, most important, which is completely uncompromisable, the person must be of unquestionable integrity and must consistently demonstrate and practice that integrity without exceptions. I think it's a combination. Everything can be learned. It helps if you have the basic intrinsic abilities for it. And it helps if you're a good listener and are modest enough to listen and learn quickly. So you admire various people for various things. You admired Gandhi for his vision and his pioneering areas. You admired a person like Jack Welch for some of the extraordinary initiative he launched in General Electric and the way he drove them relentlessly and successfully. You admire a person like Steve Jobs, which is a unique combination of an enormous businessman with an enormous technologist. You admire people like Bill Gates for the way he's reconfigured his life and devoted all his talents to social service. I think you must have consistency of the beliefs you have. If you're putting a bet on a business, have a consistency of a belief that you can make the business work. You cannot be making yes-no decisions which are half-hearted. You cannot be sitting on the fence. You cannot be sitting on the wall. You're either here or you're there. That's important. Two, as I said before, invest in people. Because every business which you want to build, people are basically the foundation stone for it. And three, have certain principles on which you run a business, whether it be leadership, whether it be integrity, and consistently practice those beliefs without exception.